Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Hope you all are doing well. Today we are back in Minnesota, back in Kyle's shop, working on the TSX. And as you guys can see, this thing has made a ton of progress. Roll cage is completely done. Interior's already been painted. This door wire is sick because it goes right through the B-pillar. We've made, or the boys have made, a bunch of progress. I mean, it's only been maybe around 2 months. And this thing is looking like a race car already. So big props to the boys for keeping this work up. But today we are going to be focusing on a bunch of little odds and ends. I am going to be working on the interior harness right here. Apparently, the boys got a little carried away and cut off a couple connectors that we weren't supposed to cut off, like ECU connectors. Luckily, when this whole thing started, Charlie purchased a spare parts TSX car. And we have the wiring harness, interior, engine, everything from that car. So I'll just be utilizing whatever we have down there and replacing this rat's nest of wires here. As you can see, we're trying to cut weight, so we're eliminating a lot of these wires that we don't need anymore. But in that whole process, we ended up having some casualties. I'll be fixing all this up, wrapping up this stuff with some loom or tape, whatever I can find here. And then I might also be tackling brake booster, master cylinder, and potentially fluids, engine oil, trans fluid, all that stuff. So stay tuned. We'll try to get all these little things done. It is now day 2. Yesterday wasn't really worth filming because I was just dealing with this interior harness the entire time. That's boring. You guys don't want to see 6 hours of that. But we're back here today for a few hours. We are going to be doing Lexan for the windows, for the front front doors and the rear doors, but the front windshield, or the windshield, will be in glass. So the rear, Kyle cut up the first one over here already. We aren't gonna have to really remove this too often, so we're probably just gonna use rib nuts and screws in this one, whereas the front doors will need to go on and off quite a bit, which is sitting right over there. And we're gonna use a type of latching system called Zeus, right, Kyle? Zeus? Yeah, Zeus fasteners. Zeus fasteners. You want to show one real quick? Sure. These are like Zeus slide fasteners, I believe they're called.
Basically, you have this that you'll rivet to the car, and then this will get riveted to the Lexan, and then you can basically slide that and locks it in place.
Yep, so that'll be a super quick way to like remove the Lexan. So we're not having to sit there and unscrew like 15 different screws. And then sunroof plug. Kyle cut this out. It is aluminum and it's just being held in place with Clecos for now. But fitment looks pretty good. Actually really good. And yeah, that'll get riveted in place. And that'll be done. Another thing knocked off the list. Charlie and I were under the hood here. Now it's just depinning some of these connectors, extra wiring that we had in the way. Just to get rid of that weight. Charlie has gotten the motor and trans completely bolted down now. All the mounts are there. So it's just a bunch of, I think part of the build where it's just like all the little stupid
nuances,
things, right?
Remembering what brackets we deleted, trying to find some temporary homes so that we can mount the battery, mount the fuse box. Yeah, so a lot of it's going to be temporary for now. Get the car rolling, and then yeah, we'll revisit that later.
Yeah, so part of what happens when you're doing a build, especially with multiple people, you sometimes end up losing things. So a lot of our time has been dedicated to finding things, trying to make things work. We are making progress, but it's a little slow now because it's all of the little small things that you didn't think were going to be in the way. Like this, for example, rear subframes dropped a little bit. The fuel tank straps are on back order. with no ETA right now. They said that we could potentially try using an Accord fuel tank strap, and Charlie got some OEM ones and they did not fit, not even close. So since the subframe cradles the fuel tank, we'll probably just get some aluminum straps and then, you know, drill some holes and just wrap it around the fuel tank, because all it has to really do is just keep the fuel tank from bouncing up, because it's being held, I mean, it's being cradled by the subframe. So all right, just a little update on what Charlie and I are doing.
Out of stock, in stock.
Fuel tank straps. We've got 16th inch aluminum, 1.5 inch wide flat bar, and we're using this to make straps. So we just test fitted, or we just basically made that one. It fits, and we just have to make one for the other side. Just a mirror, but the hole placement of the holes are a little bit different, so we'll have to drill a little bit offset from what we did on the first one. But yeah, this is gonna be our solution for the national back order on fuel tank straps for TSXs. All right, so both straps are done. This one's bolted in, it's trimmed, it's cleaned up. It'll work for now. The other side is also done. We just need to trim that end because it's a little long and it's extending over the subframe, so we've got to get to it kind of like that. But the straps are done, and they're gonna work temporarily until Honda gets more of them. When that happens, we have no idea, but these will work for now. Next up, we have to slightly lower the subframe and put some of these bushings. I think we were missing one corner when we went to reinstall the subframe, but once that rear strap is finished up and bolted in, we're gonna bolt up that rear subframe, and then we'll come up here, put that rubber piece in there, and then pretty much call it a night after that. Bunch of little stuff, and then we'll continue next week. All right, rear subframe bolted in. Rear struts have also been bolted in. I went up top. That's what she looks like now. This zinc coating with that matte clear on it makes it look pretty damn cool. It's like a bronze finish, though. Yeah. These are the rubber pads that we have to put on the subframe. So you found the other one? Yeah. So this has to go, replacing this one. And then the other side is actually completely missing it. So we have to drop the subframe and put those in. That's it. Yeah, we'll clean up. We're pretty much done. Front subframe is finally good. It's tightened up.
Secured.
Yeah, 100% finally. There's a new pad here. This is the old one somewhere over there. So it's got it there now. And then I had to put these brackets on as well, which ties the subframe to the radiator support, which I didn't even know about. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we're done. We're gonna clean up and then continue next week. Hey guys, that's pretty much gonna do it for this video. This weekend we didn't spend too much time doing anything too crazy. There's a bunch of small things that we have to tackle here and there all around the car, and there really aren't that many exciting things to document. With it being the end of the year, we are going to try to get this thing started as soon as possible, and then kind of put the car on the back burner for the entire month of January. We've all got our own individual cars we need to work on, so we're trying to open up that time, step away from the TSX a little bit, work on our own stuff, and then get back to it come February, hopefully. but we wanted to get the TSX into a good enough spot where we didn't have to worry about anything too major. So with that said, content on the TSX will probably slow down a little bit as we focus a little bit more on our own individual projects. I think as of right now, we're just waiting for the engine harness to be finished so that we can get it back on the car and get the car started. But that's pretty much going to be it for this video. So if you liked it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you guys want to stay up to date with the TSX and with everything else going on in the channel, go ahead and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and put them down in the comment section down below and I'll do my best to answer them. And if you guys would like to share the video, it definitely helps out the channel. Until next time, stay safe, stay smooth. We'll see you in the next video.